Let's talk about a few things that I noticed on my most recent rewatch of Scream 4.
Certain rules. Push the laws and you end up dead.
This is the moment when the supposedly dead killer comes back to life.
Not in my movie.
Surprise, Sydney.
He's gone mad.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
A very simple formula.
You want to play psycho killer?
Everybody's a suspect.
No, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I think it's gonna go something like this.
I'm Pamela, welcome back to my channel. So Scream 4 is my favorite Scream sequel. After the original, Scream 4 is my favorite. I love it so much. I feel like Scream 4 does kind of get a lot of hate. There are a lot of people out there who don't like Scream 4, but I do think a lot more people are coming around to it now. Maybe it's the whole nostalgia aspect about it, but I've always loved it from day one. Back when it came out, it is the first Scream movie that I saw in theaters, and I was already a huge fan of Emma Roberts and Hayden Panettiere, so I think that played a big role in my love for it, but I could watch Scream 4 every single day. In fact, I was rewatching it the other night, and there are a few things that I noticed for the first time, which is something that I love about the Scream franchise, and it's why I can just watch them all the time, because I feel like there's something new to notice every single time you watch. And maybe some of these that I share with you, you'll be like, duh, of course, like how could you not notice that before? But there's just so much going on in like every scene that sometimes you miss a few things. So number one is in the opening scene with Jenny Randall and Marnie Cooper, when Jenny is on the phone with Ghostface, I noticed this red light behind her. And we know that Charlie was setting up cameras to film his kills. Is this red light one of Charlie's cameras? And now this kind of reminds me of the cameras in Scream 6, in the opening scene with Jason. When he's on the phone with Ghostface, thinking that it's his roommate Greg, he's like, "Are you using the cameras on me right now?" And they show the red light. And now I don't know if you guys know all about the theory with Charlie Walker, and that he could still be alive, which I know is crazy. Not gonna really get into that now. I will say I don't necessarily believe that theory, but I have done videos on it before, and Marcus from I Shot Him 6 Times is actually the one who started this theory, and he's done a video before about the cameras being used in Jason's apartment. But now that I think about it, I actually am going to probably do a whole separate theory video on this and the red lights with the cameras. So stay tuned for that, because that's a whole nother video than what we're talking about here today. But I did just want to point out that I noticed this red light in Jenny's house. Do you guys think that that was Charlie's camera? Something else I noticed on my most recent rewatch is the way that Charlie looks at Jill when they're talking about who invited Trevor. Trevor claims he got a text from Jill inviting him. Jill says, "You're lying, I never sent you that text." And Charlie kind of looks at Jill like, "Did you invite him?" So then it got me thinking, like, did Jill kind of go rogue and decide to invite Trevor without filling in Charlie on the plan? Because we know that Jill turns on Charlie. She wants to set him up and make it seem like he did all the kills. And this look from Charlie reminded me of the look that Stu has on his face when he finds out Billy's true motive. Like, Stu didn't know what Billy's motive was. He kind of was just in it for fun in a way. So Stu was surprised when he found out Billy's true motive. And Charlie's look that he gives Jill reminds me of that. So then I was thinking, like, Jill invited Trevor without letting Charlie know. But then later on, it does seem like Charlie was in on the plan, because Charlie says to Sydney, Trevor is this generation's Billy Loomis.
I figured out yet, Sydney? Keeping with our remake theme, Trevor's this generation's Billy Loomis.
So it was always the plan with Jill and Charlie to set up Trevor as the new Billy. So I don't know, just I thought this look that Charlie gave Jill was interesting. What do you guys think it means? Something else I noticed was the Wi-Fi on Kirby's phone. Kirby says to Sydney, the phone line is dead, and the router was smashed. So there shouldn't be any working Wi-Fi, but then when they show Kirby's phone, she has Wi-Fi on her phone. So either that was just a production mistake or Kirby was up to something. Because you guys know I do have some theories on my channel about Kirby possibly being a secret Ghostface in Scream 4. Do I 100% believe that? No, not necessarily, but it is fun to theorize and just talk about things. You know, they were going to make a Scream 5 back in the day where Jill was going to survive, go to college, get away with it, but there was going to be a new Ghostface who knew her secret. So who knows, maybe the plan back then was that Kirby was going to be revealed as a Ghostface in Scream 5 if it had come out, you know, in 2012 or whatever. Like, was Kirby lying to Sydney about the Wi-Fi being down? Just something interesting that I noticed, and I do have a lot of theories about Kirby on my channel. If you have not seen them, definitely go check them out. Some of them are very interesting. There's something else with Kirby in Scream 4 that I noticed is very suspicious. I won't go into too much detail right now, but something with her at the Stabathon was suspicious. Like, she arrives for the movie, sits down, Gail sets up her camera, and then immediately you can see that Kirby's seat is empty. So is she the one who attacked Gail at the Stabathon? Another thing I noticed on my most recent rewatch of Scream 4, this background character at school saying, "Hey, wait up," which just sounds a lot to me like this scene in the original movie.
Hey, Christy, wait up!
Which you guys know I've pointed out before is another background character saying, "Hey, Chrissy, wait up," which I think could be Christina Carpenter. I've said before, I know that Christina was not a character who existed in the first movie. They completely created this character for Scream 5, but I do think it's possible that the writers were watching the first movie for some inspiration, heard this background character of Chrissy, and decided to expand on it. I have a whole theory for this. I'll link it for you guys if you haven't seen it. Definitely go check it out. But I just thought it was funny that someone in Scream 4 says, "Hey, wait up," almost in the same like cadence as the character from the first movie. Something else I want to point out that I have talked about on my channel before, I think it was in one of my 13 unanswered questions videos, so I think this guy here is Robbie's boyfriend. I've asked you guys before, like, do you think that Robbie is actually gay? Or was he purely just lying to Ghostface? I think that he might actually be, and I think this guy might be his boyfriend. There are several different scenes where you can see these two talking and kind of being a little secretive. And like anytime someone else approaches Robbie or Robbie talks to someone else, this guy just kind of like sneaks away. Like they're keeping their relationship a secret. They're constantly spotted next to each other. And then of course in the cinema club scene, Charlie says the only way to survive a horror movie these days is to be gay. And I will just point out that Robbie kind of looks down here, like he's keeping a secret, like he's gay. And then of course later on, right before Ghostface kills Robbie, he admits to being gay. Now of course he could be lying, and I think that's what most of the fandom thinks, that he was just lying and said that to like hopefully survive. But I think he was telling the truth. And then of course this is Charlie who's killing Robbie, and I love his little head tilt, like he's just hearing this for the first time. But what do you guys think? Do you think Robbie was actually gay, or was he just lying to Ghostface to hopefully survive? There you have it. Those are 5 things that I noticed on my most recent rewatch of Scream 4. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Please also make sure you turn on all notifications so you don't miss out on any of my future posts, future Scream theories, or future Scream 7 announcements. Any sort of update we get will be posted here to this channel, and I expect we're going to get one soon. It's been a while. Please also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and please also go subscribe to my second YouTube channel. And please also consider becoming a channel member here on my main channel. You will gain access to exclusive content and these fun little emojis that you can use in the comments on all of my videos or in the live chat whenever I have live streams. You can find the link to join down in the description, or you can find the join button on my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.